What's going on, guys? So, back on another SHOKY Quickie with another Eaglemoss ship, and this time it is, well, still another Enterprise, because, well, actually, this is the last one I've got for now. I may have two of them in my cart at Eaglemoss at this particular moment waiting to payday, but what we have here is the new best of, or special issue version of the U.S.S. Enterprise E, one of the most beautiful ships ever devised. It's just sexy. First seen in Star Trek First Contact. Last seen in Star Trek Nemesis, technically speaking. Oh man, the Sovereign class is just a sexy, sexy beast. And of course you do get an image across here. You got Star Trek, blah blah blah, other ships going on right there. Hero Collector. Do that thing. Look at there. Sorry, I'm going to turn it up this way. They have Voyager too. So I might just have to get all of them. Anyways, come to the back here, and you got that there. And then you got that there. And if you open up the really nicely done box, of course, with the nice magnetic seals, you get foam insert, and you got old Enterprise, slightly older Enterprise, and then all the stuff on the inside. Now, the box is not the coolest part, although it is a very nice part. This one is kind of dusty. It's sitting out for a while. Cool part is definitely the tiny booklet that actually fits within the box. You guys know I prefer my tiny things. Oh, something I forgot to point out on the Enterprise D was actually the captain's yacht that they never actually used, but was technically a part of the ship. And I did look it up. They did have the length wrong by literally 100, or the year, I'm sorry. They had the year wrong by 100 years. So, yes, I was actually correct that I was screwed up. But Enterprise E, much cooler. Got CG render here. Enterprise E, Sovereign class. Sexy thing. Launched in 2372. Length is 685 meters. That's really fucking long in case anybody cares. Number of decks 24. Sometimes. Occasionally there's like 27. You never know. You got how to put the thingy on the thingy. That's how it works. Contents, making of First Contact, New Beginnings, Borg maquettes, and becoming the Borg Queen. So stuff that's not really related. First Contact, Sovereign, Nemesis, John Eve designed it, Picard, and Data, technically speaking, but this wasn't updated to the point that Data was the captain. Apparently that happened in a different, or in a later book, and that's when it was actually destroyed. Sadly. Got some Borgification here. New Beginnings. Okay, so you see a whole bunch of cool stuff here. You got Picard, you got Borg Queen, you've got the attack on Sector 01. It's when the Borg came to Earth and they had to, all attack it. All kinds of ships going on around here. You've got Akira and a couple others that I don't know the names of, if I'm honest with you. And I just got out of the gym. Oh, there's the Defiant too. I just got out of the gym and my arms hurt. Yes. It's pretty awesome. And ILM did, I think, all the goodies. So there's some really old Borg. There's Locutus, the Borg Queen, or at least the first Borg Queen. Don't remember. Was it the same actress? Don't recall. I don't recall. I don't think it was the same actress between First Contact and Voyager. Okay, so you got Zephyr Cochrane about to make his first warp jump. And, yep, you got Lily. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, there's the Phoenix after getting ready to be launched. Data with his half-human face, which is really strange. Would have actually been interesting had he continued on with basically reskinning himself like a human. Would have been very interesting. I love some of these original drawings here. Just really cool. You got, yeah, just sexy. There's a few things that changed, like the deflector dish, stuff like that. That seems to always be a point of contention, as what color the deflector dish is supposed to be at any given point. Sometimes it's supposed to be blue, sometimes it's supposed to be gold, sometimes it's not even lit up. We got Borg maquettes. Oh yeah, Klingon Borg. That's just terrifying in and of itself. All the different Borg attachments, which is just freaky. The Queen in and of herself was messed up. As the only thing organic on her was from the neck up. Everything else was, that. Why she would bother with any secondaries. Yeah. I'm getting at. Why she would bother, I don't know. Borg Queen doing the things. Tried to make Locutus again. I think she just really wanted to do him. I think she really just wanted Picard back. South African actress Alice Craig appeared in a number of high-profile television roles, including several British period dramas. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was the creepy part right there. When she was being lowered down and her spine was just dangling. Freaking crazy. And then Picard kills her at the end with her little Terminator body. Gotta wonder if she literally could have survived that. Oh yeah, so there it is right there. Oh, that is actually her. Good. Thank you for answering. Thank you for answering the question here, book. So if you already answered the question, well, the book did it. Anyways, really nice shot there of our Sovereign class. So let's get to it. And there she is. And once again, for a ship that is supposed to be enormous, they made it teeny weeny. Yeah, kind of sucks. This is one I actually really wish I had like the Playmates version of, because it was just cool. It's one of my favorite modern ship designs. Actually, I'm going to turn... Oh, that light wasn't even on. Didn't even know that. Okay. So, and also, this one is very white. And the color was a little different on this ship, but not that different, if you catch my meaning. In fact, I think I'm going to have to darken the camera. There we go. Just because it's reflecting so much, I'm losing a lot of the details. Go ahead and take it off the stand for now. That one is not very snug, so it's actually pretty easy. And this one, most of the weight is up front in the saucer section, so that's why it wants to lean back. But this is a very long and sleek ship design. No neck to speak of after, previous ships have had their necks shot off. It just took them a very long time. There was implication that it may or may not have saucer separation, kind of slightly helped by the design here. The body, I believe this is plastic. That's die cast, it feels like. No, that's definitely plastic. So most of the die cast is way up here, but I love, the somewhat subtle Aztecing on there. Nice Enterprise thing there. All of the escape pods there, which this, I forget, we saw these escape pods go out, I believe. Because most of the crew evacuated before they went back in time, or at least a few did. You got this nice tempo detail all over this. The tiny little bridge. So that kind of lets you know the bridge is like right there. This is a massive ship. I mean, 600 and some odd, 685 meters long? That's just stupid. That is a stupidly long ship. You got the impulse engines here, I believe. Could be wrong. Maybe that's just windows. I don't think that's a shuttle bay. What's funny is they went back to the old school style shuttle bay way back here, and it looks very similar to its old predecessors. They also brought back some more translucent back here, although I think they pretty much get rid of that type of design over time. It's really funny. New modeled nacelles that allow for over warp 9 travel, because for the longest time there we couldn't do warp 9. Base got a lot bigger because, well, once they were damaging subspace with their warp engine, they decided they had to stop everything. You do get a little bit of muddled paint down here. You get windows that aren't painted at all. You do get the nice insignia that comes all along there. And this is where I was talking about how you get the copper deflector dish instead of the blue one on this, which is interesting. The captain's yacht, which is actually right here. Somehow you access that directly. I think you go directly there on the turbo lift. We did see that in Insurrection, which is pretty cool, where they had to take the captain's yacht to go chase down Data, who was in a new experimental shuttle or something like that. Just all details along here, pretty nice. Huge phaser banks here and here. This thing was armed to the teeth as well. I'm sure there's... Actually, I don't know where the torpedo openings are. Another phaser ring here, a couple more there. Doesn't seem to have a lot going on at the back, but it should. It should have more phaser arrays than that. Weird. But either way, I love this thing. It's something of a hot rod, in my opinion. It's long. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. Once again, I wish I had... I always wanted the Playmates version of Voyager, because the nacelles actually folded up, or nacelles, depending on how you want to say that word. This one was just very long and beautiful. It is weird that it is this color, but they kind of got away from the bluish grayish color of the previous generation with the Galaxy, you know. So this is also nothing that you would see. These are clearly not in scale. This thing is 200 plus meters longer, if I remember correctly. I put it all the way. So over 600. This one's like 390 or something like that. So yeah, this thing is ridiculously long compared to that thing. And, you know, crew capacity, I think, is roughly the same, but they got rid of a lot of like the luxury liner thing. Less crew quarters, no school is meant for sciencey destruction, you know, versus exploration and hauling people like that one. And then, of course, we got to do the comparison of the good old C. So we got the C, D, and E. Now, there is a thing in between, sort of, in an alternate future timeline with the other Enterprise D/E in the finale episode. That one does exist. While I like that design, I don't know if I need that design. That's the one with the 3 nacelles, the huge cannons, and all that garbage, and a cloaking device, technically speaking. I don't think I need that one, but I'm not sure just yet. So, also still polling about whether or not I need the Excelsior. I'm definitely getting the Enterprise B. That's not a problem. Just don't know if I'm going to get the Excelsior by itself. So you guys should tell me. So just real quick to compare to pretty much its earliest form that we have, you know, with the old school design, you know, of the Constitution class, you can still see a lot of similar influence. Though this is still one of my favorite designs with the big swoopy pylons. I really do like that. But like, if they trim the neck down, you know, if they actually just kind of stretched it out, squished it down, and made like a retro version of that out of this, I would really enjoy that, if I'm honest with you. Now I also have to think, like, they do have an XL version of the Abrams-verse Enterprise, but I really don't care about that one as much. The evil thing, maybe? Not Nemesis, but it's always want to call it the Nemesis Enterprise. Vengeance, I believe it's the Vengeance. That thing's pretty badass, so I don't know, maybe. So, you can see here just how they kind of always, at least within Starfleet and Earth, they kind of keep very similar Starship designs, where other ones like Vulcans, so Vulcans, Romulans, Klingons, virtually everybody else can make very, very different ship designs. Like, this is just kind of the design that Earth has gone with. Big nose thing up front, the long shiny bits that make us go, going out the back, and some kind of shape in between, you know. So it's pretty interesting that, you know, all this time. Now, there are a few designs that are pretty different. In fact, we'll look at 2 coming up next that are a bit different in design, but still kind of hold to it, but also really cool and interesting ships. One that is really old, and one that kind of comes out around about the same time this one does in the Dominion War. So that's going to be it for this quickie, guys, and make sure you go check out the rest of the Enterprises and the other Eaglemoss ship reviews. And I'm currently kind of filming and editing at the same time, along while getting ready for other stuff that's going on tonight. I've got a whole lot of reviews to get together, and basically these things are the easiest ones to do. But I will catch you guys next time, and remember, as always, keep on nerding. Yeah, no one has nerded before.